As an upcoming entrepreneur or business owner, you need to be very careful on who you listen to, who gives you advice, because there's so many bad advice that you can get as an upcoming entrepreneur and business owner. And today we are covering the 7 baddest advice that I heard myself before becoming an entrepreneur in my business life. Today, I'm going to give you the 7 worst advice that I got as an entrepreneur. Remember, if you didn't subscribe, remember to subscribe to our channel today. We make 3 videos at least every single week for you, so you can learn how you can become a better entrepreneur and take your business to the next level. I made this video from my own experience before I became an entrepreneur, and I'm still getting those bad advice from family and friends until the day today. Even if I have been an entrepreneur for many years, I had my failures, but I also had succeeded many times. But I still get this bad advice almost every single day. And it's because when you speak with the people that have another mindset, when you speak with people that have those mindset working 9 to 5 and they don't understand the entrepreneur brain, they are just different. And you need to understand that and just ignore it. Just let them say what they want and ignore it. If you want to talk about it and have a discussion, that's something else. But I don't waste my time on it. Let me give you a good example. If you have an uncle that maybe started a business many years ago, he started a shop, he tried for a few months or 1 year, 2 years, and he couldn't get it up because he didn't have the mentality. He only had the work ethic. He knew how to work hard, but he didn't know more than that, and he gave up, lost his money, and just got his job back. This is not the guys you need to get the advices from, because they don't know what it is to get the success. They didn't got the right education. They didn't self-educate themselves. They didn't read the books they needed to read. They didn't have a mentor. Maybe he didn't have YouTube at that time where he could learn something new every single day. Entrepreneurship is wonderful, but it's very hard. You really need to understand how hard it is. Maybe you see a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of YouTubers and influencers driving in big cars, having those huge houses, going on 10, 20 vacations every single year, but that's not entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is really hard, but it's fantastic. The success is amazing. The failures are really hard, and if you don't know how to overcome everything, if you don't have the right mindset, it will just become very hard. So what you need to do is you need to be careful who you listen to and find somebody that you can trust, that had the success that you want to have, and listen to them. Because one thing is sure, a successful entrepreneur can lead you the right way and can show you limits you never knew exist. So stay tuned with me, because now we are going to speak about the 7 worst advices that I got before becoming an entrepreneur. Worst advice number 1, wait. And what is wait? They just told me, wait, you need a degree first. You need to set yourself. You need to be sure of you're not getting failure. You need to be, what if it doesn't go? What do? You don't have an education. You didn't go to college. What will you do if it goes bad? If you lose all your money, if you lose 2-3 years of your life building that business? Just wait, get a degree, get a job, and then become an entrepreneur if this is what you want. This is a horrible advice, because if I waited 5 years or 10 years or 2 years, what could I learn in those 2 years in business that I couldn't learn anywhere else? The first 2 years of my business life as an entrepreneur was very hard, was incredible, insane. I can't explain how hard they were, but I learned so much that I can take with me for many years to come. And if somebody tells you to wait, it depends of course on your situation, where you are now. I don't know your situation today, but if somebody tells you to wait, because you need to set yourself first. Already there's a problem and you don't need to listen to it. Find somebody. If a successful guy, a really successful entrepreneur that already set himself for the rest of the life tells you to wait, then there's something about it. But if somebody that have a 9-to-5 job tells you to wait, or maybe your mother or father, they don't know anything about it, they just tell you. They want, of course, they want the best of you. It's not because they want the worst of you, but they don't know better. They never tried them themselves. So what you need to do, find somebody that can tell you if you need to wait or not, but somebody that know what they are talking about. Number 2, worst advice that I got. Are you sure? Are you really sure that's what you want? Are you really sure you want to become an entrepreneur? Do you even know what it means? The entrepreneurs that they are born like that. You don't know what it is. Maybe you heard it before. I heard it so many times. But when I look back, my whole life, I have been an entrepreneur since I was born. Maybe it's a fun thing to say, but when I look back, the past 27 years of my life, I remember since public school, I was selling, I was buying, I was doing something that most of my friends in school was not doing. And it's not because if you didn't do it, you can't become an entrepreneur, but nobody can tell you. Are you sure that that's what you want? If you are not sure yourself, again, ask somebody that knows what they are talking about. Number 3, worst advice that I got as an entrepreneur is it's a good idea or it's a bad idea. Let me tell you a thing. Who can tell you this is a good idea or this is a bad idea? Your family can't and your friends can't. You need to ask clients. You need to go out and speak with customers that want to buy your product, that want to pay for your product. Because if I ask my sisters or my brothers or my father or mother, whoever it is, or my best friends, they will tell me, oh, this is a bad idea or this is a good idea. But will they buy it or will they not buy it? They will not. They will just be themselves. They will not be the client. They will not buy your product. But they are not the people that I rely on as my clients or customers. So what you need to do is you take a sheet of paper, you write 5, 10, 15 questions down that relate to your product or your service. Then you go out and ask people, random people, if they would buy your product. It depends, of course, if you have a business to business or business to consumer, it's different how you do it. But there's ways to do it, and do not ask your friends or family. 4, worst advice that I got. Keep things for yourself. Maybe you heard it many times. You can ask a friend and he tell you, keep it for yourself. Don't tell it to anybody because they will just take your idea. Or keep the data for yourself because if you take it out, you never know what they will do. Maybe they will copy what you need to do. You need to talk with somebody about it so you can get feedback. Because the worst thing you can do is keep it for yourself. If you keep it for yourself, believe me, one thing is sure, nobody have time to copy your product or take your stuff. If it's a very unique design you're making, of course you make a pattern on it, that's something different. But you can't keep everything for yourself. You need to get feedback about it. You need to ask, you need to speak, you need to get the words out. How do you think you can brand your product? How do you think you can brand your service, your company? Or if you want to brand yourself, do you think it's by keeping it to yourself? Or it's by getting the word out to everybody? The more people that knows about your business or your brand, the better it is. Remember this. 5, you have big dreams. You are dreaming too big. Be careful. Keep your feet on the ground. Maybe you heard it many times before. I heard it many times. You have so big dreams. You are visionary. Your visions are extreme. You can't be a millionaire. You can't buy that car. You can't buy that house. You can't go to this vacation. You're dreaming too big. I heard it many times. And what you need to think about, when somebody is telling you this, or maybe they also told you that guy could do it because of some stupid reason. Remember this, most millionaires are actually self-made millionaires. You know this saying, aim for the moon, and if you miss, you will land among the stars. And this is what you need to remember. You need that, exactly what it means. Dream big. Dream bigger than what you think you can, because even if you miss, you will land closer to your goal than what you thought you actually could. What it actually means, you need to dream bigger than your dreams. You need to put goals that are higher in what you think. You need to 10x, 20x or 50x your goals, because if you can do this, if you aiming for 100k and you put it to 1 million, so imagine if you don't hit the 1 million but you land at 200k, then it's still bigger than what you thought you could do. So that's a good way to start, but still keep on dreaming, because big dreams and action will make you hit your goals. Number 6 bad advice that I heard many times: he's rich, her parents are very wealthy, and that's why they got success, and that's why you cannot get success. Maybe you heard it many times, but I have been many places in my life. I have seen very poor people, I have seen rich people, and I have seen many different things. But what I'm trying to say is, when I went to a place where there's many poor people, there was always somebody that had more money or were richer than the rest. And it's not because their parents were rich, it's because they knew what they were doing, or they had a mentor to follow, or they were self-educating themselves. So it's not only rich people that are already are rich that can get rich. It's, if you want it, you can get it, but you need tools to do it. I'm not saying that only if you want it and you work hard enough you will get it. You need the right tools. Number 7 bad advice that I got: you can only do it with money. You can only do it if you have a lot of money. If you don't have the money, you will run out of money and blah blah blah. It's from people that don't know what they are talking about, that haven't tried before. I have made more than 3-4 businesses without using my own money, only leveraging others' money. That's not a bad thing. That's a tool that I learned how to use, how to leverage other people, how to leverage other people's money, and so on. And that's a very sharp tool when you know how to use it. So remember one thing: if you didn't subscribe to this channel now, remember, subscribe right here and ring the bell so you get notified every time we upload a video. See you next episode.